Welcome to Rusty Judgment, everyone. My name is Tom. This is my lovely wife, Dawn.
Should
Oh,
we
I don't like having to look way up at the camera.
should
Okay,
we
sorry.
should we tell them a secret?
Depends on what secret you're talking about. We have many.
If
Is this a
Tom,
secret you have from me? Go
No,
ahead, tell the
that would be
secret.
fun though. Well, let me think of one. If Tom's going live on his channel on a Friday, it's because the week did not pan out at all like he was hoping it would.
Which I would say is probably a fairly common week.
Yeah, pretty much. You have a backup plan though, but you've exhausted all of your backup plans recently, I feel like.
Yeah, that's
So
super fun.
what was going on this week?
So this week we were working out at the farmhouse and trimming trees like crazy. We had a company come out, company as in one guy with a couple helpers, who was like so his name's Lube. So he is I guess kind of an acquaintance of your dad's.
Yeah, my dad's known him a long
He's
time.
tree trimmed at their place forever. He used to work with your dad at the city years ago, and then he tree trimmed at our house last year.
Mhm.
He goes home to Texas in the wintertime, and then he comes back up and he trims trees up here all summer.
Mhm.
So we called him. Well, my father-in-law called him while we were trying to drop the big tree. Find out when he was coming up. He came up and looked at the tree.
You actually met with him last Saturday. So we were kind of like,
Yeah.
sweet, this is going to get going. Like, because you've still had the loader there with the
Yes.
strap and the chain, like holding
Dawn's,
that.
Dawn's dad likes to say that every cat needs to be on a leash, right? And so we hired him to take that one tree down. He came out and he started trimming on it
On Monday.
on Monday. Today is Friday. And then Tuesday morning, he was out there for a very little bit of time in the basket trimming, and then tells me that he like pulled something in his shoulder, and so he's tying off all the logs, all the limbs. He's tying them off, cutting them, and then they swing, and then he manually lowers them down to people on the ground who have a long pole with a hook on it, and then they hook the rope, pull it away from the building, and then he drops it onto the ground.
So it's quite the process.
It is
you
quite
have
the
it all
process.
videoed. It
I have
just
right.
get to where you're going. Yep, sorry.
Thanks, Don.
You're welcome.
He hurt his shoulder, and so him pulling up and letting down was hurting him a lot. So he left on Tuesday morning and has not come back yet. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not. He took his chainsaws, he left his ladders and his ropes and stuff like that. So I think he's coming back. I don't think he quit.
Well, because I was like, did he get a better job or something? Tom, he was like, I'm not paying that price. I'm not paying that price. I'm not paying, so I'm
Dude,
like,
it was outrageous.
maybe he got like a better, higher paying job. And he's just like, oh, I'm going to go do that one for a while. But Tom's like, no, his ladders are there. And I'm like, yeah, he would need his ladders.
Well, one ladder is there.
Oh.
And supposedly, like the stuff he left is fairly minimally expensive.
Okay.
But I was just like, please come back. Please finish. So that tree is just partially cut up.
Yeah.
Still mostly hanging over the building.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fairly discouraging. I was hoping that was going to be done and gone by like Wednesday. And then I was going to have an awesome video with a ton of trees down, because then me and another guy went and trimmed all the rest of the trees on the entire property, which was a lot.
Awesome. I'm excited to share it with you because I was like,
yeah,
it looks so different.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't want to show that. I only want to do one more tree trimming video.
Yeah.
Basically is where we're going with this. Is I don't want to do 2 more tree trimming videos. I want to do 1.
Yeah.
And so we're waiting.
So that one didn't go any further.
So that consumed most of my week.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have been doing something else to the house, which I also don't want to show yet. So,
but we can talk about
and we're not done with that. So,
because I would like live feedback. This would be good. This is our most recent debate. So I don't expect you to remember this, but in the living room of the farmhouse, at the end of it, there was a patio door that someone put in later on. And then there was like, it's just this like little deck at the end of the house. It's over the walkout to the basement. It's not a big deck, and it's in disrepair.
And there's no staircase down to the ground or anything like that.
So you couldn't even use it to like let out a dog or anything.
I don't even think you could put like the only thing you could actually put on it would be like a couple single chairs.
Yeah.
For you to just sit out by yourself. No table or anything like that.
No, but even the way it's facing, you're not facing like now. Tom has all the trees trimmed. You want to face the back, like it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just facing like the side yard and the neighbor.
The neighbor, yeah, you don't want to face the neighbor.
So my thought
we wouldn't want to face the neighbor.
Here's my thought, and then we'll see what you guys think. My thought is just rip the deck off. It needs work. It's not horrible. Like it could be repaired, but the door also leaks. Like, and it's not in good repair. And so I'm like, rip off the deck because when we raise the house eventually, that's going to get messed up anyways.
Correct.
Take out that dumb sliding door so we don't have to replace it or fix it. The sliding doors are so expensive, and just put in a window. And then it makes the living room more functional. We don't have to worry about the deck. The deck is just like a liability at this point, I think. So rip off the deck, put in a window, and like go on with life.
What do you think of that?
Tom's like, you don't understand. Like, we have to fix the siding. We have to get a window. Like, I wasn't actually going to replace the door.
I'm like, that sounds great, Dawn. That's cool. But as far as the tasks list of things to do, what you just added to that is rip off the deck isn't just like rip it off the house. You have to make sure you take it off so that you don't damage the side of the house. Then you have to take the door out. Then you have to frame in a bottom wall and window. Then you have to insulate it. You have to side it, sheet it and side it from the outside. You have to drywall it from the inside. Then you have to side where the deck mounted to the house. And then now you have to finish the below the deck wall as well.
Wow, that's not a whole lot, but
That's not a whole lot.
no, the finishing the deck wall below.
Okay.
I get it. I'm just thinking big picture. It just feels like such a liability, like the deck.
Right. And so if you're wondering, we actually agree on this.
People are saying rip it off.
Yeah, no. Don't.
It sounds like a smoke break deck.
No,
yeah.
we smoke break deck.
It's fine.
We actually agree on this. I didn't originally, and then I started thinking about it, looking at it, I'm like, she's actually, I walked out onto the deck is what happened, and I was like, oh goodness. So yes, we're gonna rip the deck off and do all that stuff I just said. And because it would all get messed up when we pick the house up again anyway, then it also makes sense to. Why are you smiling? You're reading comments and
People
support
are-
of it?
someone
I
said-
agree with you.
Tom, when are you going to finish the door behind you? That is so low on the priority
You
list right
guys-
now. I love it though. That's funny.
Don't look behind us.
No,
Look, the trim next to me
Aesthetically,
is
I
not
say
on
rip it
either.
off. I agree aesthetically too. I think it'll look better without it on. It just looks kind of junky.
I agree.
Okay, good. We're all in agreement.
Ideally, though, you remember the brown window that got placed on the back side of the house?
I'm gonna paint it.
No, that's not what I'm going to say.
Oh.
That should have been a patio door. And
I
you should have put a
do-
deck back there.
Now that Tom has trimmed all the trees, it's beautiful back there,
Mhm.
and I regret that we didn't put a patio door in there.
And you haven't actually been up there for a few days. The pasture that I seeded is like all green now.
Yeah,
It looks beautiful.
it's so pretty.
Mhm.
So I do kind of regret that we didn't put we could have put that window on the end or the other
Oh,
door
no, what,
is,
Dawn?
and then
We could actually move it. We could pull it out. We could bring it around. We could put
let's
it
do that.
Nope.
Yeah, it's fine. But that actually, even saying that now, that would have got messed up if we would have when we raised the house too.
Correct.
We could have just made it walk out, but
Correct.
so it's fine.
We could have just done, because it's actually not that high from the ground there.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the dining room window, the brown one we put in. We could have put a patio door. And instead of doing a deck for now, we could have just built some stairs down to like a
Yeah.
paver
Ground
patio
level
or
patio
something,
or
or
something.
gravel for all I care.
You just sit on the grass. That's nice. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's fine. So you want to work on the exterior of the house, but then that was kind of holding us up, and you need to get a window, and there's just so nothing really came. You didn't feel at all accomplished this week, did you? Like nothing actually got done.
No, and I actually had to take a day out of all that and go over to the cracked house and sheet a wall, an exterior wall, because so we're talking about I feel like people get really confused about houses.
We're with you. We're good.
Okay, so the moved-in house that we set on the basement that we haven't seen in forever, where the house movers cut the garage off of it, the peak was wide open into the attic, and so it was open all winter long, and so that needed to get sealed up so that like critters don't start living in there thinking it's their home, and then I have to fight those critters to keep them out. So I did end up having to go out there, rip the whole exterior wall off, resheet the whole wall, and then build an overhang for the roof because it was getting water damaged.
Yeah, what actually happened?
The ceiling collapsed in the laundry room of that house. The drywall.
Bummer.
So I sheeted it, covered it with everything. Anyway, it's protected now, but
Mm.
I should have done that in the middle of winter last year, but you guys know,
Mhm.
Tom hates cold.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So that's good.
yeah. Also, we mow a lot of grass.
Yeah,
There's a lot of grass to mow around
that's
these
true.
places.
Hmm.
So that consumes a lot of time. No one
Hmm.
wants. Do you guys want to watch lawn mowing? I don't think anyone
Hey,
wants to
some
watch
people
lawn
like
mowing.
pressure washing and lawn mowing videos. You never know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So it's good. Like, I don't think we don't have any regrets around any of this. Like, I know, like, we kind of jumped in the farmhouse mid
We
projects.
don't.
Do you regret getting the farmhouse?
I think you should talk for yourself right now.
Okay. I don't regret us buying the farmhouse. You don't regret it, do you?
So here's
Now with the shed coming together.
no.
and-
Here's what I regret. I regret taking on as many homes at one time.
Mhm.
So
I'm gonna open the door. It's getting really hot.
yes,
in
it
here.
is. So we haven't been out here all day. It was 78 degrees. I just turned the air conditioners on, but it's loud. Well, they're
Not
not.
too bad.
They're not too loud. Anyway, so now we have a cool breeze coming in. I regret buying them all and taking all these projects on at once
Mhm.
because I'm not able to compartmentalize said projects.
Yeah.
And so I'm perpetually like on Dawn's channel, if you've ever heard of it, it's this weird channel where they talk about like getting rid of stuff. So if you like your things, don't watch it. But you talk about like the silent to-do list and stuff like that. Well,
Yeah.
my silent to-do list is not silent at all, which I think is kind of the metaphor of that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Screaming at you.
I don't seem to be able to compartmentalize all of the properties and
Mhm.
projects. They're always on my mind all the time. Even the trim here that
It's on his
and the
mind.
door
Yeah.
handle, like all of these things are on my mind all the time. Our shed still not closed up.
Yeah.
I have hired help. So
But how is it managing people? Like, that's just a different type of work then, right?
yes,
It's a learning curve.
that's fun.
Yeah.
Or not even really managing people, it's more making sure that there's enough projects
You have to be
for me
organized. Mhm.
and for them, and things that do they need to be supervised or not
Yeah.
supervised, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So I think there's some growing pains there.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. So
Tom, you need to declutter your brain. Yes.
Yeah.
How do we do that, Terry?
I think there's a lot of people who'll be like, please do tell if you know the secret to it.
Yeah.
So
I've tried lists. I have apps on my phone for Dawn calls it brain dumping.
Mhm.
That doesn't help. I have marker boards in my office. That doesn't help.
yeah, Jacqueline just said, can you get them off your mind by brain dumping?
No,
His
Jacqueline.
brain apparently doesn't. I mean, I had all but forgotten about the cracked house. I was just like, it's
Because
not its turn.
It's not
Like,
your responsibility
No, I
though
know,
either.
but things
So
just have to. What someone said, like they have to wait their turn.
correct.
But like you have a permit expiring on it, and there was water getting in, and the basement had to finish being waterproofed, and so there's just sometimes they're like, we can't wait. You got to come back over here.
Well, no, then I have neighbors or I have people. So in our township, I'm part of the township whatever. And I have people approach me and they're like, so did you give up on that place or what's the deal here? Like, like, no, I didn't. I did not give up on it.
Yeah. I do like when you say like, well, we're working at the speed of cash, so leave us alone.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
also true.
Yeah.
But the farmhouse is coming along lovely. I think like right now, if you don't go inside the house, that property feels awesome.
Oh,
Like the
yeah, it's
buildings
beautiful,
look
yeah.
great.
Mhm,
We've opened up the tree, like so there aren't trees laying on the barn anymore.
mhm.
The yard even is all coming together. It kind of feels like a park.
Yeah.
If that darn road would be quieter,
You kind
it
of
would
get
be
used to it,
super
though.
pleasant out there. The backyard is lovely. The front yard is pretty loud.
I mean, does anyone live on a really busy road? Like, don't you just kind of get used to it? I don't know.
We don't. So
We've lived in our first house was on a semi-busy road.
I know. I'm saying right now we don't live on a busy
No, I know,
road.
but I feel like we got used to it.
We did.
I don't
We
think it's a
never
big
went in
deal.
our front yard except for mowing.
No.
Remember?
Yeah.
So then
we
we're always
just-
in the backyard.
Yeah. It's fine.
Okay, so what is it? Sorry, I'm really hot right now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I was just thinking, so we did get to go down to Ramsey Solutions last week. We don't really talk much about it.
I got to go down for 24 hours.
Yeah, it kinda I saw Christine from Frugal Fit Mom down there,
Uh,
and we actually recorded a video. I'm not sure when she's publishing it on her channel, but we were talking about in her video, she wanted to talk a little bit about kind of like our getting out of debt stories, and
mhm,
at the end, she was just saying how, like, when you're working on getting out of debt, you're like, okay, I know, like, it's going to be good, right? Like, I know the benefits. That's why we're doing this and everything. She's like, but then you get there and she's like, it's so much better. Like, it's so much better than you could imagine or what you're even
mhm,
thinking it's going to be like. And so I think being down there again kind of re inspired me around like what makes it so great to like do the hard work to get out of debt. And like I told her when we started, we had no extra. Like,
mhm.
we would do our budget and I'm like, if we can barely make ends meet right now, please explain to me how then beyond that we're supposed to get out of debt and have money to put on debt, right? But it's like they have a plan and you do the plan.
Yeah, and we did the plan 3 or 4 times.
Yes, and that. And if you've done it and it didn't work or you get,
Mhm.
yeah.
But honestly, so, okay, since we're going there,
Mhm.
what happened with us as far as the, financial independence piece and the Dave Ramsey philosophy actually working
Mhm.
is that Dawn was all in all the time. Dawn was, save, pay down, all that. I want a nice truck, I want to go on vacation, like, I want
Mhm.
nice things,
Mhm.
and if that means we have to take loans out for it, then that's just what we do. It wasn't until I realized how stupid that was, and we got on the same page, that's when we actually saw, like, kinda crazy progress with it.
Mhm.
And then I got nerded out, and I started making spreadsheets with all of our budgeting.
And that was still on our same income. Like we
Correct.
hadn't seen income increase. We were just like, okay, I guess we have to get creative,
Mhm.
you know?
Correct. And, yeah, no, then once we were both on the same page and we were working for the same goal, I think we got super motivated. Like,
Yeah.
we've always both been very hardworking and like, driven to achieve, and so I think once we got there, then it was like, "All right, game on, I'll take more overtime, as much overtime as I can get," and you were
Mhm.
like, "I'll sell a couple more houses because that's when you were
Mhm.
doing real estate full
Yeah,
time."
and you drove Priuses, and we sold anything we could,
Mhm,
like we could.
mhm. Which Priuses?
Mhm.
Toyota Priuses, so they get a lot of hard
We
time.
made fun of them so much before we had them, so much.
But you know what? Like, it is still like electric vehicles are their whole own thing,
Different
which
thing,
I
yeah.
don't agree. I don't believe electric vehicles are actually gonna replace our gasoline engines for a very long period of time.
Mhm.
And I don't think they're maintainable. But a Prius, where you have a tiny little engine that's like a generator, charging your batteries or giving you power like on highway, and then when you're coasting or braking, the momentum of you moving is also recharging your batteries. That
Yeah.
is like still, in my opinion, to this day, the most ingenious, like renewable, like
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
yeah. I
totally.
don't I like, I would drive a Prius again, I totally would.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I just why can't they make them look cooler? Like
That's the thing,
like,
right?
just make it look a little less dopey.
Well, and then if you're I don't know if you all remember our
I
Prius stories,
backed them
but
into a tree.
we had, like, our nice one. We had the nice one, then we had the one that was a little bit not as nice, and then Tom had dropped a tree, and then he forgot it was there and was backing up really fast and just totally, like, scraped the whole
Yeah.
side of it.
Yeah, like, actually,
So then our
it
nice one
stopped
was
me.
not a
Yeah,
nice
so
one
I
anymore.
smashed the back end of the good one,
Yeah.
and then the not good one is one that I put an engine in because the engine was blown up when we got it, remember that?
Mhm.
So I put a new engine gasoline engine in it, and that one started working fine, and then I hit a raccoon with it, and the
That's
entire
funny.
front end of that thing, like, exploded from a raccoon,
Yeah.
and it was never the same.
Yep. And I do remember there I didn't get embarrassed too much. Well, Tom would also tint the windows so people can't
Oh,
see in really much. So I appreciated that. There was only one time I was dropping Adeline off at a friend from school's house and they lived in a very nice neighborhood. And like we pull up to the party and I was trying to park so the scratched side was like away from everyone. I was on the wrong side of the road. Everyone was standing in the front yard and I like pull up in this like scratched up, dented up Prius and I'm like, and then I'm like, whatever, who cares? just what? Just let me finish talking. Sorry.
Sorry, I was tapping Don's leg.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Someone said $6,000 to replace our batteries. Yuck. We paid less than $2,000 for each of our Priuses.
Yeah.
So I would not do that. No.
It's something I'm teaching the kids is everything is trade-offs. And so even an electric car doesn't solve all the problems,
No.
right? We don't have to get into all that, but it's just like, I don't know. The Prius actually does kind of solve most of the problem.
Well, and that's actually the other thing too, is so we don't talk about this either, but like what, a year and a half ago, we put in solar at our house. Electricity is not cheap or free, even if you have your own solar. It's still not maintainable. Like it's still like there is a cost for everything in life.
Yeah.
And anyway, I don't know how we get down the road of electric cars.
I don't know. Priuses and getting out of debt, but
Oh, Princeton. No.
yeah, Princeton has a Tesla.
Yep.
So we have lots of conversations
Yes.
around all of this.
Princeton, you're
but
not saving
it's
any
fun.
money by driving that.
No, it's good, but I do think it's very worthwhile. And like even when I think back to like being embarrassed dropping off Adeline or the
Oh yeah, I was
sacrifices.
getting out of debt. That's right.
Yeah. Wow, we got back there. The sacrifices, I don't even like want to call them like sacrifices now because we're still living.
No, there's sacrifices for middle Americans.
Yeah.
That's what the sacrifices are.
Like it feels what we had to sacrifice feels so small now compared to the benefits of being able to live this way.
100% agree with that.
So I know, you might not have like hardly enough income the way it is. You might have people in your house that aren't on board and all of that. But there's something about even just for you knowing that you are getting your finances in order and you are spending money in a better way that just helps you to sleep better at night. And then eventually I do think other people do come around, usually.
If
A
not,
lot of the time.
you can find new friends.
Well, I'm talking about spouses, but that,
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yep. I love my Prius. See, there you go. Yep. I love having an old car because when I scrape it on a wall, I don't feel too bad. Well, there is that. If that would have been a Tesla, that would have felt way worse. Just run a tree down the side of it.
Yep.
Hybrid electric full-size trucks exist now. Trucks should not be that quiet. Tom agrees with you.
Although I'm getting old and I don't actually like the sound of a
super loud
loud vehicle anymore. Not
We're
for
those people
daily
now.
not for daily usage.
Yep. Tom's gonna be 40 this fall, so
If I make it that far.
he doesn't have the loud pipe save life sticker on his trucks anymore.
I never had that sticker on my truck.
We got out of debt about 7 years ago and paid off our credit cards and house. It is so nice. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
How do we feel about life insurance? Well, we believe in life insurance. So you just can't
What's Dave's rule with it? I don't even remember. And again, we like Dave Ramsey. It's what we use. But if Dave turns you off or offends you, just pick a different program. It's fine. Just pick a program and work the program.
Or find out why he offends you.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. It's fine. Not everybody has to love him. It's fine.
That's true. Anyway,
Yeah.
you don't. Yeah, we have life insurance, and I think we have life insurance until the whole point of where you're, what is it called, self-insured. We're not self-insured.
Okay.
Self-insured is where you have enough money that if one of us died, the other would be fine.
Oh, okay.
So that's not our place in life right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's tree trimmers. You know how much they cost?
A lot more than that hybrid battery up there.
Yeah. I love this. We followed Dave Ramsey for the past 20 years. We paid off our farm and equipment and credit cards in 4 years. That's 4 years. That's huge.
Awesome.
Life is so easy with no debt. I also drove a Prius for years. That's awesome. How do you know whether it's better to pay off your house or hold on to the cash?
Pay off your house.
He has rules around that though, because you want to have your emergency fund.
Stop talking. Dawn doesn't follow it as much as I do, so I
just wanted you to share what the benchmarks are.
Well, I don't need to repeat their plan, but it depends on your age. So I'm sorry. So the question is, how do you know whether
it's better to pay off your house or hold on to the cash?
Right. So that depends on your age.
Okay.
That depends on if you're ready to retire and you have no retirement, but you have enough money to pay off your house. Dave will say don't pay off your house yet because you'll have a paid for house and then no money.
Okay.
So like if you're our age and you're like, hey, I got enough money to pay off my house, but I have no retirement, I personally would say pay the house off, keep working, and then put a ton of money into retirement.
Yeah.
But so that's where depends on your situation. But
Okay. Interesting.
yeah,
Good. Yeah, lots of people saying we follow Dave Ramsey.
I didn't mean to tell you to stop talking.
Stop it! Stop it!
You can talk about decluttering, not money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is amazing how they go hand in hand though. And I know I got to when I was at the homeschooling conference a couple weekends ago in Denver, I got to do
Dawn's a world traveler, if
Yeah.
anyone has just picked up on that.
and just recently. It's been kind of fun. So one of the sessions was on cultivating contentment and getting out of debt, which I have never spoken on that topic before. But I do feel like if doing a budget and all that feels really overwhelming, work on decluttering your house, and then you'll get to a point where you have more bandwidth for it. But somebody asked because I said, hey, we started 3 times, like over 10 years, we tried 3 different times to get out of debt. And so someone asked then, like, well, why didn't it stick the first 2 times? And I think we were just comfortable enough that it didn't hurt bad enough that we were like, well, it still feels better to have a new truck than to get out of debt.
So I think that for me personally, the why I didn't buy into the belief of it was I thought that we had too much debt. I thought there's no way the sacrifice is going to hurt too much.
Okay.
And then the next one, and then the next one would be I didn't want to look poor. Like we actually made a decent amount of money a year, and I'm like, I don't want to look like I'm poor. Like
yeah, I think we finally got to a place then where
Yeah.
we're like, we can drive vehicles that are a little nicer. They still aren't new, but
no, but then I had the internal battle of, wow, we actually make a decent amount of money. We have nothing to show for it. So then you almost get like angry about like we make this much money, but we have nothing in our checking account to show for it. And then I met a guy, Kyle, at my last job, and Kyle is younger than I am. He at the moment in time, he made less money than I did. He does not makes more than I do now because I don't have anyway. I don't have a job. But he made less money than me. He was younger than me, and he was on like baby step 5 or 6, and I was like,
which for those who don't know, like roughish, what does that mean?
okay, so baby step 1 is $1,000
You don't have to go
emergency
to
fund.
all,
I'm
but-
going to because you started.
Sorry.
$1,000 emergency fund. 2 is pay off all non-mortgage debt. So all consumer debt, pay it all off. Doesn't matter interest. Step 3 is 3 to 6 months living expenses as a emergency fund. I get confused in 4, 5, and 6 because 4, 5, and 6 is like something about paying for kids' college, starting like your investing and stuff like that, and then 7 is paying off your house. Like 4, 5, and 6 I kind of ignored as we cruised through it, so somebody can straighten out what 4, 5, and 6 are. What was the question again?
So you were just saying he was at
steps
5 and 6.
Yeah, so he was building his kids' retirement,
Okay.
and he had a small mortgage left.
Okay.
And I was just like, it actually works. And he's like, yeah. Cause so I'm older than he is. And I was always taking all the overtime I could get, like as much overtime as possible. And I'm burning myself out. And Kyle and I became friends, and I was like, Kyle, I don't get it. Like, why are you always like, you do 8, maybe 9 hours a day. You don't work weekends. Like, what is the deal here, Kyle?
Yeah.
And he's like, Dave Ramsey. And I'm like, crap.
Yeah.
I remember calling Dawn on the way home because I had
like that day it was like
50-minute drive home on a good day, hour and 20 minutes on a bad traffic day. And I remember being so fired up. I was like, this actually works because I just met someone in my same field and career that's
Yeah.
younger and has done it.
Yeah. So step 4 is invest 15% of your household income in retirement. Step 5 is save for your children's college fund. Full disclosure, we skipped that because
Correct.
our kids were young and we don't know what we're going to do. And then 6 is pay off your home early. And then 7 is build wealth and give.
Hold on. Kate Alexander says, do not pay off your house if you have a 2.5% to 3% mortgage. Build and invest. I'm sorry, I'm going to highly disagree with you right now.
No.
This is my channel. I'm going to
I'm
disagree
sorry.
with you right
We're gonna
now
lose any friends right
because you have risk there, and risk is not safe. So yes, technically you could beat it percentage wise, but you're still risking. And we are recommending to get rid of risk. That's Dave Ramsey's philosophy.
It's a different weight off your shoulders when your house is paid off.
When you have no risk, you can get fired from your job. Your company could go under.
Yeah, YouTube can fall off the face of the earth, and you're
correct.
Like, okay, we'll still be okay.
so could you make more on investments than that percentage wise? Sure, but you also could maybe not.
Yeah. Well, and one other thing that both Christine and I have talked about, and we've talked to some others too that have said the same thing. We did not see any increase with like YouTube or different things until we got out of all of our consumer debt.
Yeah, we were out of consumer debt and we were through baby step 3 when we actually started seeing financial increase.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we talked to so many people, and I feel like you have to like practice that diligence in the beginning and learning how to manage what you do have for money, like in a way. And then it's like, okay, and now you can be trusted with more. If we would have had that increase early on, we would be such a mess.
We would have been a nightmare with it.
Such a mess.
So it was actually good because, like Dawn said, then when we did have financial increase, we knew what to do with it.
Yeah.
Like absolutely know what to do with it. Like, oh, hey, more money, mortgage. Like I remember like Dawn and I got into like a super fun game with it because my job was a job where like sky's the limit with overtime. Like Tony,
you could have slept there and he would have been like, yeah.
And I worked for him for a long time and we were good friends. And so he was always like, as much overtime as you need, work it because you're good, right? And so there may have been seasons where we were like, 3 to 6 months marriage is fun, forget that thing, we want to pay off our mortgage. And so we would drain, which Dave doesn't recommend this, and I don't recommend you doing this either unless you really know yourself. But I think we're scrappers. Like if push came to shove and we had $0 and we needed to make some money, I could go do whatever to make the money. Or if we needed to eat, I could do whatever to do that. And so we would drain our account to like $150. Because I would be like on my spreadsheet, be like, okay, so like 12 minutes ago, my paycheck came in and that commission you just got from that closing came in. If we put that on this debt right now, we'll be this much closer. Yeah. And that was how our conversations went for many, many, many months to years.
Yeah. And we didn't get there right away. Like we had to build, like the beginning sucks. Like the beginning sucks for everybody. Sucks. Like you just want to be like, could I just get an inheritance, get out of debt, and then I promise I will do better moving. I won't do this again, right? And it doesn't work that way, right?
Which is good. It doesn't work that way.
But I hope like if you are feeling discouraged now, because honestly, when we were still in debt and I would hear people talking about getting out of debt, like we paid this off and this, and I'd kind of be like, well, that is so nice for you. Honestly, I wasn't that motivated by hearing it because I'm like, you don't know how much we have. And so if you're feeling like, yeah, good for you guys, like, I hope you're reading the comments and seeing people like, we're doing it. We're on 6. We're on this step. Like, it's so good. Like, you don't understand. And that I hope that like you can hear from us. Like, I'm sorry, the beginning is really hard, but it gets easier and you make a game out of it. And then it just gets so much easier.
And it is genuinely better than you could have ever imagined it. Like, even if you're Kate beating your mortgage rate on your investments, you don't know what it's like to not have a payment in the world. You don't know what it's like, and it is worth everything. Like, to wake up every morning knowing
if all hell broke loose,
if I make $0 today, we're good.
I mean, we haven't figured out how to get around like our property taxes and cell phone bill. But if you have any ideas,
Well.
like let us know. So I mean, we have like some bills, but like you can cover those pretty quickly.
We actually have a lot of bills because I don't know if you
Like the
noticed,
tree
we're pouring
trimmers,
a
my
lot of money into
goodness.
other properties. It's kind of wildly expensive, to be completely honest. But no, it is worth anything more than you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
And like, so again, I always wanted a brand new truck. Like, I never had a brand new truck, but I was like, I just want like a really nice new truck. And you know what? I could go buy a brand new truck, and I drive a 10-year-old truck with 170 some thousand miles on it. And it's a work truck model
Mhm.
because I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like, because it works, it does everything I need it to do, and I don't care anymore, which is kind of wild.
Never would have thought this would be like.
I mean, what
that
I
I'd
like,
see this day.
I mean, in reality, would I like a brand new truck? I'm sure it would be great for like a month.
Mhm.
But then after a month, it's just a used truck.
Yeah.
And I'm going to beat it up and wreck it and damage it and
Well, and then
blow
you run
the
a tree
tree
down
out
the
of
side of
it.
it.
So
Yeah, you don't feel as
give
bad.
me an old one, and then if I wreck
Yeah.
it, big deal. Like,
So
Yeah.
it's hard, like it is, but like, and like I said, if you're like that's too big for me right now, just keep working on decluttering your house because that helps us detach from the things, and then it does make it easier. So yeah,
what else we got?
yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading comments. I'm not like looking at.
Well, Kate left now, so
Kate, I like you, Kate. I just wanted to disagree with you a little bit.
No, we each can do you, you know.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we'd love to know, are you doing anything fun for the 4th of July? Or do you have any weekend plans? Doing any celebrations over the weekend? So
We are going camping
Mhm.
in northern Wisconsin, in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah,
which is gonna be awesome.
should be fun. The bugs were really bad when we were up over Memorial Day weekend, so we're seeing it's been really dry though, so that usually helps decrease the population. So we'll see.
Tom also may have bought a fogger on Amazon,
I
which
don't
I'm
want to
sure
hear
is
about
not.
it.
I'm sure it's not good for us, but it will be good to not have all the mosquitoes.
The mosquitoes weren't like you. We know Minnesota. We know how to deal with mosquitoes, right? It was the gnats. There was gnats just flying around your head, like flocking to your head.
But I don't think the fogging is gonna get rid of
The gnats.
gnats.
All
Oh,
right.
and also, sorry, work trailer. I've mentioned it several times
Mhm.
about getting a contractor trailer, putting all my tools in there and that whole thing, making my life easier. I think that will make my life easier, but I don't want to buy one. I don't want to spend the money on a contractor trailer.
Mhm.
So I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably just going to keep grumbling, doing what I'm doing, running the stuff in and out of the bed of my truck.
Okay.
And Dawn will just have to hear about it.
Yeah.
But I'm probably not going to buy a contractor trailer because I'm super cheap.
Well, and what's your next priority?
Oh, well, that's the other thing.
And once
Like
the houses are done.
well, in
Ish.
between all the houses being done, I would like to finish my shop at our house at some point in time. And that's going to require a decent amount of money. So I would kind of like to rather maybe just put the money from that. Well, I didn't buy a trailer, but instead of putting money towards a trailer, maybe just put it into the shop. And then, I don't know. That's not going to solve my transportation stuff or anything like that. But
Yeah. Tom, did you check out the mobile tool truck I sent you? I wish we had the picture to show.
did. Oh, I can pull it. I can pull it up. If Dawn could
Oh,
talk
no.
for 30 seconds. What?
Lori is saying that mosquitoes outnumber people by a ratio of 1 million to 1 in northern Minnesota and Wisconsin. I'm up here now. Lori, we were really hoping they were going to be better by now.
It's all right.
Or that the
I got
smoke
a
blowing
fogger.
down from Canada was going to, I saw someone saying like the air quality, like there's been horrific like storms and fires and everything going on. Oh, lots of places. So we're so sorry too if you live in an area where you've been impacted. Like we've been getting smoke blowing down, but like that's nothing compared to if we lived closer. So it's been kind of crazy.
Sorry,
You have to put your phone by the window.
we don't
in
have
here
good
to get
internet in
service.
here. I'm getting a spinning wheel right now. Somebody said, how many people have had tool trailers stolen? Probably a good amount, but honestly, I'm a little OCD with safety.
You'd probably bring it
FYI,
home each night.
It would come home with me, and I would have cameras and tracking devices on it and cameras, and I don't know. I don't want to reveal any of your information.
And glitter bombs on the inside.
Oh no, there'd be more things than that. So this is what was sent to me.
I was like, a Rusty Judgment logo on the side of that would be awesome.
It's a diesel though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Tom doesn't seem to be very good having good luck with stuff with wheels and motors in excess of like what's necessary. So the more wheels and motors I have, the more things seem to break. So I could see myself getting it fully loaded with tools and using it and then it breaking.
Yeah.
Not because of anything the previous owner or anything like that. It
No,
just seems
just
like
to see your luck.
it just seems like it's just how arrested
Yeah.
judgment rolls.
Yep. So it's fine. We'll keep
we're just
thinking
gonna
about
try
it.
and minimize. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, we have a camper to pack.
We do. And it's hot in here still.
It's still pretty warm.
All right. Well, I love all of you who are watching. There are 915 people watching this right now, and that
Wow.
blows my mind.
Yeah.
I would love it if you subscribed. I'll just, it's the end of the video, so I'll be really honest
Most people
here.
aren't here. So
Okay, most people here are
they've
subscribed.
they
But
were already
anyway,
offended quite a while ago.
anyway, my sister-in-law has a YouTube channel. I'm not naming it because I don't want to promote her. Don't you either? Nope. She has 46,000 subscribers, and that infuriates me.
Yeah.
I would like to beat her.
Okay.
Are those pure intentions or are they not pure intentions?
I think it's a good route. She's
All
very
right.
competitive, so
She is, and I
yeah.
would like to beat her. She's not watching this. She'll never watch this video. So I would love it if you subscribed just because it makes me feel good about me.
Well, and we could mention too, my brother has a YouTube channel now too.
Oh, since we're promoting people, why not?
We can promote.
Okay, so you hold on. Preface this before we go to his channel. We love Eric, and Eric has put in a lot of work into his channel, and he's seen very little growth. And
he would like to feel good about himself too.
Yes, he needs a little win.
Yeah.
So if you would kindly go check out, Dawn will link it because I don't know how to do that. Farmer Unorthodox. Wow, Farmer Unorthodox.
Type it into the chat.
Yes, we know what the abbreviations of it mean and all that. We can't get into all that. We can't. We can only fix so many things.
It's family friendly though.
Yes.
Like it's appropriate. Like
Can
watch it.
It is family friendly. Outside of the abbreviations of the name, we're not going to go there. But yeah, he's put in a lot of work. He puts out 2 videos a week, and he has been feeling super down and frustrated with where he's at. Also, his demographic right now is 90% male. So if you guys maybe want to slowly
in your household
slowly trickle in so that he doesn't get upset.
Well,
he wouldn't get upset.
No, but he would love to see you too.
Yes.
So. And his videos are getting really good. Like he's gotten a lot better.
They're getting better. Yeah. Sorry. They're getting better.
Yes.
I don't want to. This is Tom. This is real Tom.
All right. Well, I think we need to go now. So, I think the kids are coming. All right. So I love you too. All right.
I love you too. Thanks for watching.
Did you just say that?
Bye-bye.
Tom doesn't like
End
that.
of stream.